like yours will surely come my way. Hey, 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 every day seems a little longer, every way love's a little stronger. Come what may, do you ever long for true love from me? There you go, baby, here am I. Oh, will you left me here so I could sit and cry? Well, golly gee, what have you done to me? Oh, well, I guess it doesn't matter anymore. Love you like I do.
New York has its own antitrust law.
Hello again, and welcome to another edition of Cars and Us.
The basic purpose of the antitrust laws is
in
to
the
promote
studio,
competition.
easy show, no editing. And it's real nice because this time of the year I get a chance to get a little relief from editing. And we shoot a show and it's basically in the can, so to speak. It's done. Tonight is going to be a real special show, especially for the older guys that remember Montgomery drag strip, because we're going to go through the whole entire history of Montgomery drag strip. My guest, Jim Sweikata, has been on our show before. He runs a dragster now, but he's born and brought up in Montgomery, New York. And I said to him back in September, I said, I want to get you down in the studio during the winter time and bring your memorabilia down, and we can go through the whole history of Montgomery, because he lives about a mile down the road from the old drag strip, which is now, of course, as everybody knows, Orange County Airport. So I'm going to introduce Jim. We're going to go through the whole history. We got a lot of memorabilia, and we're in for a good show. Jim?
Dennis, thank you for having me
Pleasure.
here.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
I'm glad you took the time to ride down. It wasn't too bad a ride.
Ah, easy.
The directions were good, I
Yeah,
understand.
oh, yeah, you're good at that.
Well, I try, You're pretty close, because you come 84, you come down to Taconic.
Taconic, boom, boom,
And
boom.
we're right here
Yeah.
off the Taconic in Yorktown Heights.
Yeah.
So it really wasn't too bad.
Nope.
The weather was good, which I was really concerned about, because, we would have had to cancel, obviously,
Yeah.
But, and last night, it looked horrible,
It was snowing. We got snow
Yeah,
up our way. but
we did too. And
Done.
then today, the sun came out and melted, and it was great. So, anyway, we're gonna have a good show. Again, as I told my the viewers from the outset, I really wanted to do the whole entire history, as much as we can get in a half an hour,
Try.
of Montgomery drag strip, because when I met you, we had conversations off camera and all that before. You live a mile down the road
Yeah.
from it,
I was born and raised.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
born and raised.
that's really neat, because as we opened up our the little picket sign you got here, that you made. You had two of them.
Yeah, and I had that in front at the car show where I met you.
Right, over at the Road Nights in
at the
Peekskill.
Road Nights in
Right.
Peekskill. And I
Right.
had that in front, and you picked right up on it.
Yeah.
And some other guys, older guys,
Yeah,
picked up on it.
which actually they told me, they said, you have to go over there. There's a guy from Montgomery drag strip over there. And that was the introduction, so it was really, really good, because You know, as many of those older guys out there, they know that it was opened in '58.
Yeah.
It closed in '60. But you know, I'll let you get into the real details because you were there.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what we're going to find out tonight.
Cool.
So how did it basically? Who got together to start it? Where did they get the idea? And
Well, it goes back to the middle 50s. I'm going to say 1956. Bunch of the older people in town. You know, they were some race car people there. They had sports car races first.
They did?
In 56 and 57.
Okay.
And top quality cars, Maseratis, Ferraris.
All the high-end cars.
Yeah, that little guy right there, that started it out.
Hold it up.
Okay.
We'll let Tanya zoom in on that.
Yeah.
Keep your fingers away from it.
Yep. That started it out. Then it continued through.
Now that says 1958, Jim.
Right. Right. It continued through from 56 to 60, but it alternated with the drag the drag races.
Okay.
Yeah. But the drag racing took over just quite a bit.
Sure.
I'm going to say September of 1958. I was just out of high school. This car right here, I don't know if you can. This is Swamp Rat 1 from Don Garlits, and anybody knows that Don Garlits is the man.
Right.
That car went 180 miles an hour in like 8.3 seconds, and I was hooked.
Yeah.
I was hooked.
That was it.
Wow. Here I am in my 55 Chevy going 15, 16 seconds at 80 miles an hour in this thing. So, and off it went.
Yeah.
And then in 1959, I was there every weekend, just about every weekend.
Could you actually hear from your house?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, huh?
Sure. But it wasn't like it is today. No, there were no top fuel cars. This is the closest to the noisiest car that there was there. Arfons with the green monster.
The Green Monster, sure.
TV.
Sure, the Jet Dragster.
TV Tommy Ivo was there with his twin-engine Buick.
Right, we got, you got a photo?
Yeah, and here are we got a quick side up. This gentleman, TV Tommy Ivo, he was a TV star in the in the 50s and 60s. He won the race. It was held in 1960. I don't know if you can see this one. In 1960, I don't know if you can.
Well, that's all right. No, I'll have
Okay.
Tanya zoom in on this one.
Okay.
And that was July 2nd, 3rd, and 4th,
July 2nd,
1960.
3rd, and 4th, and they just drew thousands upon thousands of people. It was amazing. But it was still in its infancy.
Sure.
NASCAR was the sponsor because NHRA had banned nitro fuels.
Right.
So these guys come along.
When you say sponsor, they were sanctioned.
Sanctioned.
Right.
The sponsor was American Legion Post 521, which I'm a member of today.
Go ahead.
They came along, and no, it was done pretty well, but it was still in its infancy, and there was no real guidance there. We just around there and run what you brung. Like I said, I had a C stock 55 Chevy. We didn't have safety regulations; just really weren't there.
What was in the Chevrolet Power Pack?
Power Pack, a 180 horse, 265 cube, 3 on a tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, the best time I ever had, but it was like a 15 and a half.
Yeah, but that's 1959 you're
It was
talking
59.
about. Yeah.
And it was, there, we have a picture here, so I'll find it somewhere.
You got to get more organized.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, Dennis.
Hold it up to the camera. Hold it up to the camera.
We had a car club called Gentlemen of the Road, and there are 5 cars right here. The names are there, and I'm one of them with my 55 Chevy. And 4 of these guys still live there in Montgomery.
No kidding.
Still live there,
You guys don't move too far, do you?
Nah. Outside of my military time in the Navy, I was right back there. But yeah.
So it was the American Legion that started it.
The American Legion started it. It ran through the summer of 1960. Complaints, it started really growing. Complaints came, noise, hot rodding at night, blah, 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 blah. the drinking age in New York State at the time was
Was
18.
Sure.
Guys were coming in droves from Jersey, 21, 18,
Yeah.
drunk at night, da-da-da-da-da-da. There were charges of improprieties on money
Right.
handling and da-da-da, and then somebody got a petition out. A lot of older people signed it, put the lock on the gate, done.
And that was it?
That was
60.
done in
Did
1960.
were you there the last day?
No.
Did they make any kind of announcement, or?
We came, myself and two other guys. Now, I got another picture. Here's the guy on the left I joined the Navy with. These three guys still live in the Montgomery area. This is a month before it closed.
Oh, okay.
We came to the track. We had this 40 Ford that ran e-gas. And we came to the track. There was nobody there. The lock's on the
So you
gate.
didn't even know
we didn't
about
even
it.
know about it. So
Yeah.
we finally heard to the grapevine, blah, 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 it's closed forever. 3 weeks later, myself, this guy, and another guy were in boot camp in Great Lakes, Illinois. So that was kind of like the end of the drag racing
Yeah.
for then,
For that time, yeah.
for that time.
Now, they were NHRA, it was NHRA sanctioned, but the rules, I mean, it was NASCAR sanctioned, but the rules, did they go by NHRA rules?
You know, here's a rule book right here from NASCAR, drag race rules
Okay.
for 1960. Very simple, very simple
50
rule.
cents. And there's your NASCAR rules.
Yep,
Yeah.
NASCAR
Okay, very
rules.
thin. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, very thin.
Yeah.
Wow.
If I have like the rules are very liberal. We have another picture.
Now, you know what I'm looking here? They ran April through November.
November, right.
Now, November was a long time because that was way into the winter back
Yeah,
then,
yeah, it
in those
was.
days, you know. April 3rd, very interesting. Because when Dover opened, it opened in April, but they ran October,
Yeah.
you know.
A little more snow,
and,
a little north of us.
But this is neat. This is really in good condition too.
Yeah. Here's another. This is a starting line of Montgomery Dragster. This was taken in July of 1960. This car right here, you couldn't even drive it on the street today. The frame rails are. I mean, if he ever flipped this car over, he'd be dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he didn't. He came in second to TV Tommy Ivo.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. The guy's name
Who was it?
Tom.
One of your guys?
No, he was from Massachusetts. A guy by the name of Tom Shea. He was from Massachusetts. I met him at a
Tom
car.
Shea. Was he with the Strokers? The Strokers Car Club in Massachusetts?
Could be. Could very well be. I met him at a car show at Lebanon Valley. He got me the pictures.
Oh, okay.
Right here is the timing tower with a Montgomery drag strip on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's neat.
Like, guys running all over the place,
Well, we got some film footage too that we can go to after. But we got a lot of these photos.
Here.
Basically, this is what I wanted to ask you about. This
Okay.
is a decal, and it's just basically a Montgomery drag strip decal. So I'm going to hold this up here, and I want Tanya to
Now,
get it.
does it say participant or it just says you were there?
It says I was there.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
I was there, and that's it. American Legion is over here, and NASCAR sanction. So it's really neat. This is in pristine condition. The stuff you have is pristine. I mean, what did you do?
Well,
You stored it away?
it. I got it from this gentleman right here, John Marin. He kind of ran the show, and he lives right down the street from me in the summertime. He's well in his 80s. Right? Actually, he's given a trophy out to a guy who used to run D-Stock. The guy's name is Jack Flynn. He used to win D-Stock every week.
With what? With what? Do you
57,
remember?
57 Chevy, 2-barrel, 283.
2-barrel.
Two-barrel,
Oh,
283
wow.
run D-Stock. He got a little eliminated. That's the size of the trophy they gave out.
Wow, yeah.
every
Well,
week.
in those days, the trophies were metal and marble, and they were really,
And he still lives in Sparrowbush, New York. I talked to him on the phone last year. He's got 1 billion trophies. I never won one. A girl I dated one time won one in
What, Powder Puff?
Powder Puff Derbies.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's terrific.
Powder Puff Derby. But, and there's a time slip.
Okay.
Here's a time slip that I had.
Ah, good. Get a shot of that. That's terrific. Yeah.
Okay. But that's what you got when you race. Here is a program. I don't know if you want to.
Yeah, hold that up, sure.
This is from the July 2nd, 3rd, 4th Nationals. It has the entries and who's going to come and
Right.
for other ones. We also, if I can find this in here real quick, okay, they had a stock car race there on July 17th of 1960.
Go-karts and...
Regular NASCAR.
And stock cars.
Stock cars.
Yeah,
Richard Petty,
yeah,
Junior Johnson, Lee Petty.
Yeah.
They all it was an exhibition race.
uh-huh.
Right. It was growing. A month later, the place closed down. You know, well, what can I tell you?
Well, it's, it's unfortunate. It's like, circumstances, and that's what happens.
On the back of there, this is how popular it was. Governor Nelson Rockefeller
Oh,
giving
yeah,
out a trophy.
Sure,
But who knows?
sure.
Didn't pay the right guy? I don't know.
You know what?
Uh,
Let's get
Okay.
Joey to roll the videotape.
Okay.
And I never put any of this sound to this film that I have, but I mean I have a little bit more. But we'll run a couple of minutes anyway. So we'll get Joey to put in that B-roll, and I don't know if you'll recognize any of the cars or not, but at least you can narrate over anyway, and describe certain points and stuff.
Okay.
But we'll get that up in a second, as soon as Joey gets that in the deck. But
Here's a couple other.
how many cars did they get per day
Ooh, gosh.
on a Sunday? Would you say 300?
Easy.
Easy, huh?
Easy. There were guys from New Jersey that ran it, basically the Garden State Hot Rod Club, and they come from Rochelle Park, New Jersey, and they knew how to run a thing. So
Right.
kind of like, and they bought a lot of cars.
They did.
There were no tracks in Jersey yet in the 50s.
Well, 59, I believe it was. Atco opened up.
Okay.
So,
But these were guys were
that
from-
would have been the only one.
Okay. These guys from North Jersey.
Oh, from North
Can't-
Jersey, there was nothing.
Right.
Right.
Right. Island wasn't open yet.
Right.
Englishtown
Island
wasn't.
didn't open until 62.
Right.
Englishtown opened 65, 66, somewhere thereabout. And Flemington.
Right.
Flemington opened, I don't know, I'm going to say around 62
Okay.
also. But we got some film now, so Joey's ready with that. No, wrong. It's not Niagara Raceway. Nope, that's not it. It's Montgomery. We'll get to that after.
Okay.
Anyway, spectators. About how many spectators?
This was a sports. If you can, I don't know how good the camera work is. That's a sports car race, and if you can get the amount of cars that are there, it looks like Daytona. Right on the bottom, right there you go. It almost looks like Daytona. That's 1958, 59, 60,
Yeah.
somewhere around there.
Yeah, that's a great shot.
Yeah.
All right, now we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see some film, and
Okay.
we'll go to the track here. Joey's got it queued up, so we'll see Montgomery Dragway
There you go.
or Montgomery Drag Strip, actually.
Yep.
There's a 60 Pontiac.
60 Pontiac. Corvette. Probably modified sports or sports class.
That's an early Corvette.
that's,
That's 53, 54, 55.
Yes, it is.
Either one of those years. Can't tell, but it's an early Corvette. Definitely, that's same
Yeah.
Corvette.
Now these cars are now on a main runway of Orange County Airport.
Right. Now I wanted you to make note of what you were telling me early on about the barns in the back.
Okay, if we can see it when it pans back to where they start. Oh, okay, we just missed
That's
it.
I believe that's Al Oaks from the Dragon Runs up in Bristol, Connecticut.
If you can see the barn when they have another pan back to where they start, there are barns in the back. They had cows in them at the time. They're emptying up, but they're still there. The same family lives there,
No
the
kidding.
Hefner family. They still do corn, potatoes, you know, still there. You know, it surrounds Orange County Airport now.
Yeah.
There's a
57 Ford convertible.
With a Continental kit on
Yeah.
it. Won't make it go faster.
Boy, that's a lot of lead weight in the back. You know, this is some good footage.
And
There's a 55 Chevy.
55 Chevy.
Not yours, though.
Nope. That one looks a little faster than what I had.
Oh, okay. Well, that's the film. That's the film, you know.
Yeah. Now it's a
59 Chevy?
59.
That's
Yeah.
a Biscayne.
Yep.
Cheap model.
Yeah,
Cheap
that-
body.
that
There's the
could've-
barns.
Yep, there they are in the back. Yep. Frank Hefner still owns them. Still there.
Now, what was that? All farm,
Yep,
farm,
yep,
farm
yep.
country,
Still is.
and it still is. Huh?
It still is, but you know, soon to change. Who knows? You
Now,
know.
there's the end.
Yep. And
Shutdown area was pretty long.
oh yeah.
There's some
Gar-
cars in the pits.
Garlitz was the one that proved that you could stop with just with a handbrake.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Now,
there's plenty of-
how long was it, Jim?
4,000 feet.
It was, huh?
Yeah, 4,000
Now,
feet.
was that originally designed for an airport?
Yep. It was a World War II training base.
Okay.
When the war ended in 45,
All right.
empty for like 10 years.
All right, Joey, we're enough. You can come back to us now. Very good. All right. So, what did they fly in there? B-52s?
No. B-25s, B-17s, P-51 Mustangs.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
WW piston-driven aircraft. B-52s. didn't come
So
over.
originally, those runways were all cement.
Yeah, all concrete.
Yeah.
Didn't have to do anything to them. Well, didn't have the,
Yeah.
the machines at the time, but
Right.
plenty of traction.
Yeah.
Plenty of traction. Yeah.
Let's see. So now, when 60 came, they made no announcement. They, to the best of your knowledge.
No, I mean,
anyway.
I'm
They just
18,
said,
19 years old. You know,
they
you're
they
just not in on with the
just
politics.
Shut it down, and that was the end of it.
Yeah.
And of course, that segue into Dover drag strip because Chet and Joe went to Montgomery and saw that it was drag racing was big. It was a big thing. So then they started to look for property over on this side of the bridge. They were from Danbury, and then they went to this side of the bridge. They went to Dover. Dover, actually the town of Dover.
Right.
And they found some property, and they were told that they were going to get the approval, and they didn't. So they went and when they said, well, okay, we're not going to buy the property. So they didn't go into contract, they didn't buy it. They went instead to Wingdale, and they looked at property in Wingdale, and Wingdale said, no problem, we'll get the approval, and not an issue. So they bought the property, and they started construction in 1960. Now, how long after Montgomery? It really probably wasn't that long after Montgomery closed, because they started construction, and
Right.
it opened up in April of '61.
Yeah, I kind of lost contact.
Yeah,
'cause-
what they did was they liked Dover, and they liked the name, but even though the property was in Wingdale, they decided
Oh.
to keep the name of Dover, and that's how it got to be Dover Drag Strip. But Montgomery, like we said early on, was one of the earliest tracks. Out in Long Island, West Hampton was actually the first one around.
Okay.
That opened up in 1954. But, and ADCO opened up, I believe, in 59, somewhere there about.
Okay.
It was in the 50s, But yeah, you're right. As far as this neck of the woods, there wasn't anything.
No.
And so guys coming from, especially from northern Jersey, I mean, it was pretty close for them.
We had Connecticut, big contingency from Connecticut.
Yeah, because the Dragon runs, Doc,
Yep.
and Al Oaks and his brother Dud Oaks and the Dragon Run guys, and they all brought their cars over and ran. And some of that footage there has their cars there. And they came from Bristol, Connecticut.
Now, I have here.
I was going to ask you about the Hot Rodding magazine.
Okay, and this is Rodding and Restyling, August of 1959.
Wow.
Now, in here, it says D-Day, Drag Day at Montgomery, and that picture right there is Art Arfon's Green Monster.
Oh, sure.
And the,
Hold that up, keep that up.
the signature below it is Don Garlitz. I got his signature on everything.
Do you? You're a big fan of his,
Yeah, I
huh?
guess so. In here, if I can turn the pages, is a national event. Some more,
Nice coverage.
you know, the Green Monster, some dragsters, and
Now, you gotta hold it up.
Okay, we didn't have lights then. There's a flag guy.
The flaggers.
Flaggers.
That's what I was gonna ask you. Who was the flagger?
I wish, now, a friend of mine said he has well, I'll get it to you. I don't know the guy's name, but he wrote a letter to one of these hot rod magazines. Guy lives in Melbourne, Florida.
Oh, sure.
Said he might be this guy right here. He was a flagman at Montgomery Drag Strip.
Wow.
And you had to, Garlitz was, you had to watch him. You had to watch his hand
Yeah,
like
huh?
that. Because there was no lights
Yeah.
at the beginning.
Oh,
There were at
way,
the end, but there
way.
was no lights at the
No, they
beginning.
didn't come with the lights at Dover until mid-'63,
Yeah.
you know. And they were handmade, you know. They weren't, you know, crown decks or anything.
They,
So it was all flagger back then.
for one of, I think the national event at Montgomery, they brought a traffic light in. Red, yellow, green.
Did they? No kidding. That's interesting.
It worked.
Yeah.
It worked. I don't know if anything. Here's a competitor's permit. Yeah,
That was your pit pass.
pit pass.
Right. Pristine condition. Wow. Excellent.
If you got mailings from the Montgomery Drag Strip, it came in this, with a 4-cent stamp.
Yeah. Wow. A couple more pictures because we only got a couple of minutes.
Okay, what else we got here? Well, we did that one.
So what's the color one? That's your
Oh,
car
this is
now.
me. Okay, this is me now.
Yeah.
I may grow old, I'll never grow up. Okay.
There you go. Hold them up straight.
Okay. This is me at Lebanon Valley. This is a
Oh, here's a good shot.
355 cubic inch Chevrolet small block. It's a 192 inch wheelbase front engine dragster. It's run an 8.4 at 160 miles an hour. It runs on alcohol. I'm having a motor.
Now,
okay.
I have to,
Go ahead.
before I lose my train of thought, my friend Chucky Savis up in Watertown, belongs to Watertown Customs, was talking to him the other night, and I mentioned that you were coming down, and I said, you know, I think he's sponsored by Levine, and not Levine Auto Parts in Connecticut, but Levine.
No.
He said Levine Garage. He said he's got an altered. He got a Buick powered altered that he runs. He's very good friends with him.
I wish I had. Well, I got Steve's shirt on.
Yeah.
Hi, Steve and Arlene. How you doing? Okay. Steve just got a brand new block made out of it. One of them CNC machine blocks. Now this car has gone 206 miles an hour.
What Chucky told me.
672.
Yeah.
This thing is quick.
Yeah, but
A
it's
small block.
it's a wild ride.
So he wants to go faster. He wants
I
to.
hear, but it's a wild ride.
He built the motor.
Well,
He's very good.
you know what? Well, I don't know. We probably have a minute or so, but you know what? There's not too much we can say other than, you know, the good old days. Maybe we'll have you back again, and you can conjure up some more film or some more,
I'd
you know,
love to
some
try.
more photos, and you know, bring some of the guys down. You know, love to
Yeah.
have them. You know, it's open, and my show is open, and it's.
Really come my way. Hey, every day seems a little longer. Every way, love's a little stronger. Come what may, do you ever long for true love from me? There you going, baby. Here am I. Oh, will you left me here so I could sit and cry? Well, golly gee, what have you done to me? Oh, well, I guess it doesn't matter anymore. Love you like I do.